Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a pretty fun video for you guys, and hopefully you guys find it helpful. In my last video of my makeup artist series, which is still fairly new to my channel, someone left a suggestion about me doing a video talking about my makeup kit must-haves, and I felt like that was a really good suggestion because I have definitely found a lot of products so far along the way in my freelancing business that have helped me tremendously, and that I can honestly say I don't think I would ever replace, at least not until I find something that outdoes that certain product or tool. So, and I know this could be really helpful for some of you out there who may be starting your own business, or even if you're not a makeup artist and you just want a suggestion on really good products for your own personal makeup use, this could really be helpful. So I figured let's just go ahead and do it. So full disclosure, these products are products that I absolutely would feel so horrible if I left my house to do an appointment and I forgot one of these products. I would just be like, oh my god, like what am I gonna do? Like that's how important these products are to me, and that's how helpful some of these tools that I'm also going to be showing you have been for me. I did talk about this one time on Snapchat, but that was a while back already, and some of you are new to my channel, new to my stuff, so maybe you didn't even get to see that or whatever, and plus it made for too long of a Snapchat story, which can kind of be annoying sometimes. So but if you're not following me on Snapchat, I suggest you do, only because Snapchat is where I do a lot of like these mini reviews on stuff about products that I'm trying out. It's just a really nice and quick way for me to get information out there and just, candidly talk about it with you guys instead of sitting down really formal and making a whole video about it, because I know, not everybody would want to see a whole video about it. So this particular topic though, I felt deserved a video dedicated to it. So anyway, in no particular order, let's begin. So one of the first things that I have to say has been like one of those products that just blew my mind is this brush cleaner. This is from Cinema Secrets. This is their spray brush cleaner. This stuff is amazing. If you're a makeup artist and if you have back-to-back appointments, you know how important it is to have your brushes cleaned quickly and efficiently between each appointment, and even within each appointment when you're doing color changes on eyeshadows and stuff like that. Having a really good brush cleaner is so essential to your time and to your kit, and it's just gonna make you that much more faster when you're doing someone's makeup, because you do not have time to be wasting for either your brushes to dry. With some brush cleaners, sometimes they don't even take off all of the product. This brush cleaner is just hands down the best. It literally cleans your brushes within like 2 seconds and leaves them super dry. And another big plus with this cleaner is that it's like a deodorizer as well, so your brushes smell like vanilla, like straight up vanilla. People have complimented the smell of my brushes I don't know how many times, and I always tell them it's just because of this brush cleaner. It is so good. This is a little travel size bottle that you can buy. I bought mine off of their website, cinemasecrets.com, and I have a huge I believe it's a 32-ounce bottle of this, and I just refill it once it gets low, and this is just small and easy for me to carry within my kit, which is why I really suggest if you're going to purchase this, purchase the small bottle along with one of the larger sizes to refill if you're going to be using a lot of this, and I go through this pretty quickly. I have demonstrated how well this brush cleaner works on my Snapchat before, and I'll probably continue to do that time and time again, just to keep reminding you guys, or showing those of you who are new to my Snapchat and stuff, like how well this works. It is amazing. I'm not even joking. Some other products that are really essential to anybody's kit, and that I believe you really should have some form of this within your kit. I carry 3 forms of makeup removers, and they each serve a different purpose for me. For some of you, you could only need one of these. It just depends on, your preference and stuff. But for me, I make sure to carry these 3 with me at all times. So for makeup removers, I do like to carry around a little small bottle of some eye makeup remover. This is just a little tester bottle that I got from Bobbi Brown when I was still working there. I believe this is like a gift with purchase or something. It used to have their eye makeup remover within this, but I obviously have finished it since then, and I just refill it with my Mary Kay eye makeup remover, which I talked about in my skincare video that I told you guys I use all the time and I've been using for years. But I carry this little guy within my kit just because sometimes I do have clients that show up to their appointment with a little bit of mascara on, and if anything, you guys know how hard it is to take off mascara. Sometimes that wipes and other removers just don't do the trick, so I definitely just hand them over a little bit of this stuff with a makeup wipe, and they're able to just take it off really nice and quickly before we begin. So it's just really important. And also, it happens where maybe you'll get eyeliner or mascara on yourself somewhere that you could potentially dirty your client or your clothes. So if I do catch myself with like a big blob of, big glob, I don't know, big glob of eyeliner on my hand, and I'm like, I better take care of this before I end up touching her face or, you know, swiping this against someone's clothes or my clothes and making a huge mess. So I just grab a little bit of this and it just takes it off really, really quickly. If my clients show up and they have actually like a full face of makeup on for some reason before their appointment, which it happens sometimes, you know, maybe they're busy earlier in the day or something, I do always make sure to carry around the MAC makeup remover wipes. These makeup remover wipes are hands down the best makeup remover wipes I have ever used, and I love the fact that you can buy them in the 100 pack because it comes out so much cheaper as opposed to buying the drugstore makeup wipes, which, you know, you only get I think about 15 or 25 wipes in one pack. This has 100. It lasts you forever. So not only do my clients use this if they need to remove any makeup they have on prior to their appointment, but I also use it myself. Again, if I have a whole mess of makeup on my hand for some reason, then I just grab one of these wipes, clean it off really quickly before my next appointment. So everything is kept really nice and clean. It also helps you clean off anything from your kit as well. And then lastly, for my clients that seem to have a little bit more oily skin, I also make sure to carry around this small little travel friendly size of Bioderma. This is their makeup removing water. This is the best way I can describe it. But what I like about this is that since it feels like water, it doesn't leave an oily residue that some other makeup removers can do. And this is specifically made for oily skin. Dry skin can use it as well. It's just not going to give any type of moisturizing benefits to drier skin, but more often than not, a lot of my clientele, they do have oily skin, so I just find this is really helpful and it just feels really refreshing. Sometimes even if they come to their makeup appointment and they don't have makeup on, but they've been, you know, running errands or whatever, their face can already have some shine, some oil pushing through. So what we do is I just like to quickly, you know, go over their face with this with a cotton ball just to remove any excess oil and really just use this as a toner. It's super gentle and it leaves the skin looking so refreshed and just, you know, primed and ready for makeup application. Really love this stuff. Absolutely highly recommend it, and it smells really good. Next product that I absolutely use on everybody, it's just a few clients that maybe I decide to use a different eye primer for, but for me the eye primer that works just with everybody, every skin tone, every skin type is the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. I absolutely love this as an eye primer. You guys know I use it in almost every tutorial. It's very, very rare if I skip out on using this. This primes the eye perfectly and it literally cancels out any discoloration someone may have on their eyelid, any veins, and it just leaves the eyelid ready for the perfect eyeshadow application. Makes eyeshadow last so much longer and makes your colors appear so much more vibrant. This was seriously like a life-changing product for me, and it just works every time on my clients. The only reason I wouldn't use this if I have is if I have a mature client and their eyelids have a lot of folds in them already. They need something a little bit more moisturizing, a little bit more friendly to their skin, especially around the eye area. I do carry around the Urban Decay Anti-Aging Eye Primer with me just in case, but more often than not, everybody I work on, I usually will always use this on their eyes to prime them. It is hands down just the best for me. I don't think I've ever found an eye primer that I can say is better. It just works really well, and I don't know, there's no creasing involved or anything like that. So MAC Paint Pot Soft Ochre, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. Another eye product that I feel like nothing has been able to beat it is the Inglot Gel Liner, AMC Gel Liner in 77. This is just their black liner. I've talked about this before, but honestly, it is just the best gel liner that I have ever used, and it is so easy to work with compared to other gel liners that I myself have played around with before and that I've seen other people use as well. This gel liner, I don't know how they do this formula, but their formula is not as thick as what typical gel liners are. It's very thin but so pigmented. Literally one swipe and you have just a solid black line. It is amazing. Also, this stuff does not run at all. My biggest clientele is brides. They obviously cry in their wedding. It's, you know, rare if a bride doesn't cry. But I can tell you that none of my brides have ever come back to me and told me that their eyeliner ran. This seriously stays on through everything. I wear it myself. I use it not only for my cat eye, but also my waterline. I'm someone that I have allergies seasonally, so my eyes do tend to get watery pretty often, and this doesn't even move. It's so easy to work with and it stays on forever. Honestly, this is the best black gel liner to have in your kit. I wouldn't recommend any other eyeliner. This is hands down it. Also, since it's so pigmented, a little goes a long way. Next, again, another eye product. And the reason why so many of these are eye products is because most of your work goes into someone's eye makeup as opposed to anything else, because to me, I would honestly say the area that I spend the most time is going to be the eyes and also the base, which is, you know, the contouring, foundation, and all of that. But eyes are really important because so many things can go wrong with someone's eye makeup, so you really have to make sure that you have like bulletproof products. So one of these bulletproof products that I absolutely love, I use it myself, and again, changed my life completely, is the House of Lashes Lash Glue. If you guys have been with me for a while, ever since I started my channel, I typically wear lashes almost all the time. I wear lashes almost every day because I just love them. I love false lashes, and it's rare if my clients don't go for false lashes during their makeup appointments. Usually everybody always wants the false lashes. And for those that were apprehensive about getting false lashes, it's because they've had bad experiences before where, you know, the eyelash was falling off and this and that. That same reason is the reason why before I discovered this glue, I never wore false lashes. I actually hated false lashes, and I would think to myself, how do these girls do it that can wear false lashes so effortlessly? And it's like it doesn't even bother them, because I felt like mine would always bother me. You know, I felt like the glue would never stay on all day because my watery eyes. This just changed my life completely. This has made wearing false lashes so much easier for me. This glue is literally thebomb.com. I cannot even imagine using another glue. I'll be honest, there was one time where I had run out of this glue, and I did reorder it in order to have enough for my appointments for a Saturday, and it didn't get here on time, so I did go out. I bought the Duo Lash Glue. It kind of comes in the same packaging where it's like a little brush on. It doesn't even compare. It worked for the most part, but for the people that I was working on that day, I did have to go back and just reapply their lash glue a little bit, especially on the corners, because they did start to lift, and that's the first time I've ever had to do that. But I know it was because I didn't get a chance to use this glue. I had very little product left, and it was a bridal party, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to save what's left in here for my bride and for her mom as well. And for her bridesmaids, I did use the other lash glue. Like I said, it worked, but I had to go in with a second coat just to make sure that everybody's lashes were on okay. And with this lash glue, all you need is one application. It stays on until you take off your eyelashes. Like I said, I wear this lash glue for myself, and I can wear lashes all day from early morning to late evening, and I'm not gonna have any problems with it because this glue holds on like no other. Highly recommend it, and it smells good, and it's latex free. So, best lash glue I've ever used. So of course, after I'm done with every appointment, I do make sure to use setting sprays on my clients. I'm a big believer in primers, and I'm a big believer in setting sprays, only because I know that they had changed my makeup game completely personally. So I know with my clients, I can never skip out on primers or setting sprays. So for me, the biggest help that I've had, and I know that this setting spray has made such a difference in my work and also even when I wear my own makeup, is the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. I had tried this way back in the day. I was really young. I was still in high school, and for some reason I didn't like it, but I actually think I had tried something else, because there's 3 versions of this setting spray that Urban Decay makes. They have the chill setting spray, which is more hydrating for those of you with drier skin, and then they have they have one that makes you matte, and that one is obviously for oily skin and keeps you from getting oily. I don't like either of those, and I've tried them on myself before. This one, which is just right in the middle, is just specifically made to make your makeup last longer. It's not specifically for dry or oily skin. Like, it's a universal one. Absolutely love this. This has made such a difference. My clients tell me, along with all the other things that I do when I'm putting on someone's makeup, it helps with the longevity of the wear of the makeup, but I know that this helps a lot as well. Clients have told me that their makeup has lasted them while they went swimming, which I don't know why they went swimming with makeup on, but hey, you know, I don't know what their business is. And some have told me that it lasted them until the next day. So it's pretty amazing that the setting spray does make a difference. And like I said, I use it myself, and it literally has my makeup lasting all day. I love it. It doesn't offer any mattifying benefits, but for me that's okay. And especially for my clients that have drier skin, I do carry around some MAC Fix Plus to spray on prior to spraying this, just to add a little bit of extra hydration for them. Another product that I don't know how I did without, but I'm so glad that I own this and it has again helped me so much with my clients, is the Anastasia Pro Brow Palette. That was hard to say. Let me just say that right now. So before I had this brow palette, I did have a few shades of the Dip Brow, and also I had just one shade of their Brow Duo, which was the dark brown, which I would use the taupe side a lot if someone had very light hair, and then of course I would use the darker side for someone that had dark hair. So I was very limited on color options, and I just really wanted to make sure that I had all available shades to me, because hair has so much dimension in it sometimes as far as color that I didn't want to just do the bare minimum for my clients. I really wanted to make sure that I had good brow matches for their hair color, and that is why I decided to go ahead and get this bad boy. I didn't purchase this myself. It was actually a gift from my boyfriend, which I'm so thankful for, because this again has helped me so much, and it honestly is a really good palette to invest in. I highly suggest that if you guys are makeup artists and you're freelancing, having a palette like this where you have all of these shades available to you is going to help you so much, and it will actually help you learn how to do brows a little bit better, how to eye someone's hair color, and you get the freedom to kind of play around with different colors, because someone who's one hair color doesn't mean they have to use just one shade of these. You can actually manipulate the shades to like a perfect match, or you know, to your client's liking. Some people like a darker brow, some people like warmer, some people like cooler. This has it all. It also comes with a little wax in here for your clients that maybe have really thin or sparse brow hair. Apply this wax on first, and it makes the powder stick on so much better. And a lot of people are apprehensive about using the powder because they say maybe it won't last as long. I can guarantee you that these brow powder products from Anastasia last so long. They're very pigmented. I use powder on my brows, as you guys saw in my brow tutorial that I posted not too long ago. It works perfectly fine. It is just as long lasting. If you really feel like you need something heavy duty, I would recommend their Dip Brow. But, you know, as opposed to buying every single Dip Brow, I would say that this is just a way better investment. And you can always seal it off with some brow gel as well. This is to me, this is like an essential part of any makeup kit, is to make sure you have a brow palette. Maybe not even this one specifically, but it's Anastasia. She's the queen of brow products. Like, let's just get real. But there's so many other brands out there that carry a brow palette as well, so definitely look into one of them. Next palette that has helped me so much is this Bobbi Brown BBU palette. I've talked about this on my channel before. I actually have a whole video dedicated. I believe it's dedicated just to this product. I want to say it is. But I did a review on my channel before of this palette, explaining what it's about, why I like it, and you guys can search back and see that video. God, that was a long time ago now that I think about it. But honestly, this palette is so helpful, and the only thing that I can say is probably what makes people wary about getting it is the fact that it is so pricey. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it is pricey. I believe the regular retail value for this palette is $225. But before I scare you off with the price, if you have a proof that you are a makeup artist, that you're a professional, or you work for Bobbi Brown, you can actually get the pro discount, which is 40% off. So I believe it comes down to $150. Next is another thing that when I discovered it, I was like, why didn't I think of this way earlier? But instead of carrying around individual tubes of lipstick, don't even bother, you know, taking up so much space in your kit for each tube of lipstick. Really invest in a lipstick palette. So this is a lipstick palette. It's actually an empty palette that you can buy off of the MAC website. I believe MAC Pro stores do sell these, but regular counters don't. So I did have to order mine online because I don't have a pro store near me where I live. And what you do is you actually buy the palette and you actually buy the wells. And this is actually really inexpensive. I was shocked. The palette itself, I believe, is $12, and I want to say that the wells that you put in here are $8 or $6. So it's really not that bad at all. and you're only gonna have to buy this one time. So what I did was I actually used this to scoop out my lipsticks from tubes and actually made my own lipstick palette. I still have a ton of room to add more shades, you know, as I build on to my colors in my kit as well. And what I like about this is that it's very visual friendly for your clients. I don't know why, but for some reason lipstick seems to be one of those things that clients don't really know how to answer when you ask them what lipstick shade they had in mind or what were they thinking for today's look. They just, I don't know, I think it's just the having to describe what shade is a lot harder than being able to see it in front of you and picking it out. So when they're like, I really don't know, what I like to do is I actually like to take this palette out and I'm just like, tell me what shade range in here are you kind of more leaning towards, and then, you know, I have a better idea of what they're envisioning for their look. So it's super helpful, and it's just, and oh, also you can label it, you know, so you know what shade you're using in case the client wants to go and purchase it later or something. So it's honestly just really smart and helpful, and again, takes up so much less space than actually carrying all individual lipsticks, because that can be pretty hard to do. I was doing that at first and changed my life. Again, another life-changing product. So those are all the makeup products that I can say right now, or beauty products, whatever, that I absolutely love and I would probably never ever take out of my kit. Those are, you know, definitely, they have a home with me in my kit and my business for a long time. Now moving on to some of the tools that have actually helped me a lot. So first tool that I'm going to show you is something that blew my mind, and I was like, again, why didn't I think of this? So the tool that I'm going to show you is called the Makeup Mixer, and mixing palettes are something that is not new to the industry. They've been around forever. I personally never liked the idea of mixing palettes because I'm like, why spend money on something that I can just use the back of my hand for, which is what I would always do, and even to this day sometimes I still do it. But the only downfall is that you get very dirty, and I'm someone that I actually will forget if I have makeup on the back of my hand, and then I'll just end up dirtying myself. I got it in my hair, I'll get it on my face. It can be really disastrous. And then I came across this product on Snapchat. One of the makeup artists that I follow snapped about this, and I was like, what? So this is actually a handheld, not handheld, I don't know how to say it. It attaches to your hand, as I'm doing right now. You can see it. So this actually just sticks onto your hand, fits so comfortably. Sometimes I forget that I even have it on, and you do all of your mixing and all of your depositing of products on this palette, and you can just take it off and your hand is perfectly clean. And since it is plastic, it's super easy to clean itself, so you can just wipe it off really quick whenever you have your next appointment coming in. This has just changed my makeup application so much, and has made it so much easier, and has kept me so much cleaner during my appointments. I absolutely love it. So go check them out. I believe it's called the Makeup Mixer on Instagram. I'll link it down below. Next tool that I will suggest everyone to carry around in their kit is definitely some scissors. It's kind of weird to think about it, but honestly, scissors you cannot forget, only because you're gonna have to probably trim your eyelashes for your clients, because not everybody eye shape or, you know, size is the same. And for those of you that don't know too much about false lashes, if the false lash band is way too long for your client's eye, you're gonna have some major troubles and major discomfort for your client. And that was one of the things that I learned that changed, you know, my knowledge about eyelashes completely. So I do make sure to measure every false lash to my client's eye, and if I see that it's way too long, definitely these scissors come in handy to cut them. And you don't want to be asking your client, you know, oh, do you have scissors around here or whatever. You know, you just want to be prepared for every situation, and it's really impressive when your clients can see that, oh wow, she has like every product that she could ever need, or she didn't even ask me for anything. She literally just came in, did her job, and had everything, and just, you know, picked up and left, and it was just very easy. So highly recommend to carry around some shears. I prefer shears as opposed to big scissors because they're a lot smaller and they're actually kind of a lot sharper and just very easy to stick in your you know, brush kit or whatever. Next product you can't forget is some hand sanitizer. I just like to buy the little ones from Bath and Body Works. I will say though that this probably may not be the best idea, only because if you guys know Bath and Body Works, their scents can be pretty strong. They smell delicious, don't get me wrong, but they can be strong, and some people don't like that. So even I will call myself out on that maybe I should have gotten just regular Purell, but you know me, I mean, And honestly, this is so cute. It has a little mustache on it, so I had to like get it for my kit. So yeah, definitely carry around some hand sanitizer and make sure to always sanitize your hands in front of your clients. And they're just so small and compact, they're just perfect for makeup kits. So definitely recommend any small little hand sanitizer. Next, another thing that was like super helpful. I'm someone that I drink a lot of coffee. I'm drinking it right now, so you know, when I say I love coffee, I love coffee. And only bad thing about coffee is coffee breath, and no one likes that. So I actually also kind of find it rude when I'm chewing gum, and I'll admit it, I'm like a loud chewer, which is not attractive at all, but so, you know, like I have no problem admitting it. So in order to avoid me chomping away like in front of my client while I'm doing their makeup, what I found, and that works really well, is actually this little spray breath neutralizer, deodorizer, I don't know what you want to call it. And this is from Hello. I think the company's just called Hello. And I actually bought this at Ulta. They had it at Ulta, which was really cool. I remember I was in the line and I was about to check out, and they have those little, you know, like kiosk stands there with all the little sample size stuff. And I saw this and I was like, interesting, so let me try it out. I want to say they have different flavors. I'm not too sure. This is just the one that I just picked up before I checked out. And all you do is just spray it, and it's so small. You can just fit this in your kit. And you know, before, if I was drinking coffee, or if I feel like my breath is a little stale before I start someone's makeup, and I'm someone that actually do like to talk to my clients while I'm doing their makeup, so I'm not going to be talking and like breathing into your face and, you know, offending your nostrils. I definitely don't want that, and you shouldn't want that either. So what I like to do is just say, you know, excuse me, I just had coffee before I came here, and I just like, you know, neutralize my breath really quick and then sanitize my hands, and everything's good to go. And you're not going to be upsetting your client or, you know, have them thinking you have stank breath. Another thing that is really helpful, and actually I just got this not too long ago and I had been meaning to get it but I just never did, is a small cape to put over your clients. You know, you just kind of quickly. And the reason why I got this and I decided to finally get one is because when I'm doing someone's base, I actually do a lot of layering of powdered products, and that's kind of my style of and process of how I do someone's makeup. And with those powder products, you obviously have a lot of fallout from powder. So I would notice that a lot of times I would get powder on my clients' clothing. Thankfully, a lot of my clients come to me, or I'll go to them and they're wearing, you know, just like whatever loungewear clothes, like not what they're actually going to be wearing for their event. So it really doesn't matter. But sometimes it's not that case, and I'm gonna have to be really, really careful about not getting them dirty. So this is just a great way to make sure that you're not getting your clients dirty, and you know, it's not becoming real messy or stuff. So I do recommend just buying one of these. You can find them at Sally's. That's where I bought mine. And again, it's the small ones, so don't think they're gonna be like super long like the ones at hair salons use. These are very small. They're just kind of more of like a bib. They just cover the top half of your client. So really helpful, and it's just pop it in my kit. It doesn't take up that much space. You can just fold it up. Another little device that I think everyone should have, especially if you're freelancing, like no questions about it, is a card reader. The one I use is from Square. You can get it for free. They send you one totally free, and you know, just like any other card reader service, they take out a small percentage from each of your sales. It's very, very small, so you don't even feel it really. And I just highly suggest it because I can say for myself that I don't even carry around cash like at all, hardly, on me. So I do rely on using my debit card a lot, and a lot of my clients do also, and it's just easier for them to pay with their debit card or credit card. So definitely make sure that you have your clients in mind and that you have a card reader for them for convenience. It's really, really helpful. And then one last thing, which seems like it's a given but some people do forget, is always make sure to carry a handheld mirror. I have one that's just magnifying on one side and regular on the other. So it helps because I don't want to give my clients a mirror from like an eyeshadow palette, because more often than not they're probably dirty and that's embarrassing. So I just carry this around, clean it off with some of the alcohol that I have in my kit, and they're able to just really examine, and you know, if they want to change anything they can let me know. So handheld mirrors are definitely an essential part of your kit. I would say everybody should carry one. And then the last thing that I have to show you guys that again has helped me so much, so much, is going to be a brush belt. So this is my brush belt. These are all my brushes that I have on here that I use with my appointments. I don't wear it. on my hip like you're supposed to with brush belts. I actually use this to prop up my brushes so they're actually standing like this, and I just pick them out of here while I'm working on someone. The reason why I have a brush belt instead of anything else, because I actually used to use like cups, like pencil holders, and it'd be really weird when I started to notice, like when I would actually go to locations to do someone's makeup, that I would actually have to like take out my, you know, little pencil holders and then fill them with my brushes. I don't know, I just felt like it was a lot of time being wasted to do that, and I felt like it wasn't very efficient. So with this, I literally just work out of here, can take it in and out, put it back in, and then when I'm done, there's no need to, you know, have to take down your whole setup. You actually just get this, fold it up, and I'm like, okay, boom, let's go. So this has helped me so much, and you can see all of your brushes very nicely, and I don't know, I actually kind of already memorized where each brush is at too at this point, so it's very easy for me to just pick it up and put it back where it needs to be. I don't have to be like skimming through my brushes to find the one that I'm looking for. Let's see, I'm trying to think of anything else because that was pretty much the last thing I had to say. Other than that, guys, I would say that my camera is something that's very helpful as well. The camera that I use to film is the camera that I take with me to appointments and that you guys see on my Instagram, my client photos. I use, for those of you wondering, I use a Canon Rebel T3i, and my client photos are taken with the flash on and my ring light. When I have my clients, especially that come to me, I have my ring light set up and I have my camera attached, and that's what we use to take their photographs. If I'm on location, then I sometimes don't have my ring light because the client has sufficient lighting already. I'll only take it or bust it out if they let me know that they don't really have that great of lighting where they're at, so I'll be like, okay, I know to take my ring light. Which is another thing too, if you can invest in a ring light, it's actually really, really helpful for client photos and just for you yourself to see very well, like colors and all of that on your clients, because lighting is key, it's very essential. But other than that, yeah, so if I don't have my ring light with me, then I just use my flash on my camera and then that's it. Having good quality photos is so important, and I hate to say it because I know that's an expense that maybe not everyone can make right now, but if there's any way that you can get your hands on at least a better quality camera than just using your phone, I would highly recommend to do so, or to start looking into what camera you can afford and stuff. And to be honest with you, I plan on getting another camera very soon, and one of the more digital small DSLR cameras, just because those are a lot easier to carry with you. So if you're not like me and you didn't jump the gun, or you don't have the need for a big camera, because this camera that I'm using will forever be probably my filming camera for a good while, until I guess I find the need to get another one, but so far so good. I would recommend, you know, if I could do it all over again, I probably would invest in a smaller DSLR camera, and the price on them have kind of gone down since they came out, so it's a good time to buy too. So I would recommend a good quality camera for sure, like there's no question about it. And other than that, that's pretty much it that I have to say. I wish I could show you guys my makeup kit, but it's actually really heavy and I can't pick it up here, but I will describe it to you and link a similar one down below. It's basically one of those kits that open up. I really like those as opposed to the ones that I've been seeing where it's like you roll away but they're pouches inside and that's how you store all of your makeup. Those are, I would say those are such a hassle. It's kind of still, those are kind of similar to how I started off with my freelancing, and it took so much time to set up and to take down whenever I would do appointments outside of my home on location. The kit that I have right now, I literally just place it down, open it up, work out of there, and I just put everything back. I take everything out and put it back as I'm going along with my appointments, and when I'm done I literally just close it up and I'm able to grab it and go, you know, take it with me. So I'll link a similar one down below so you guys can get a visual of what I'm talking about, because I know you're probably thinking like And other than that, guys, that's all I can say. Like, these products that I mentioned are for sure like the first ones that come to my mind when I think what can I not live without, especially for my freelancing business. And honestly, these products are the ones that like I go through a checklist in my mind as I'm getting ready for on location appointments. So definitely make sure that, you know, you have products if not these specific ones, similar, and I promise you they will help you immensely. And if any of you guys have found products that have helped you so much, then by all means share the information with us, comment down below, and if I left anything out or if you have any more questions about what I talked about, then definitely ask me and I will get back to you, because I definitely want to be as much help to you as I can be. You know, it's just, we should all help each other really. And yeah. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.